What's up, YouTube? Sorry this is a day late, but yesterday was a little bit hectic, so I'm getting this in today, first thing in the morning, having the morning coffee, so apologize if I'm a little hyper. But yeah, 4 weeks to yesterday would have been 4 weeks post-op. So today, I know everyone kept asking me how my allergic reaction on my arm is going, and it looks pretty good. Looks a lot better finally. If you can see that, like it was really, you know, blown up about a week ago, and it did take a while for the medicine to kick in. I'm still taking. I still got 4 days of the oral corticosteroids. I did 4 days of 3 pills, 4 days of 2 pills, and now I have 4 days of 1 pill. So today I start the 1 pill thing, and then I'm still doing the topical stuff, and it finally started to get better, and it doesn't really itch anymore, and I don't look like a mutant when I go out, so I'm not freaking anyone out. Today I think I'm gonna go to the gym this morning and do some cardio there. I had been walking in the morning, and it's nice out, but I wanted to do something a little bit more. Apparently, I'm going through puberty in my 30s too again, so uh, apologies for that. No, I was gonna go do something more high intensity, so get on the stair mill or something. Because man, it's only been 4 weeks, but I can feel you lose, I don't know if you lose muscle, but you definitely lose like that pump that makes you feel like you have muscle. And I feel my body slowly like putting on body fat and losing muscle. And it's really hard. I was like, oh, I'm going to eat really good and this and that. But the twisted thing about it is when you're not training or working out, you don't really have motivation to eat healthy. It's really weird. Like you should eat healthy because you're not doing anything to like counterbalance it. But um, if you're working out, you feel more healthy, and you don't want to like sabotage what you're doing at the gym. So then you eat healthier outside of the gym. It's just the way it is. So yeah, I've actually been purposely doing like a intermittent fasting type of thing to help keep the calories down, and so I'm having my just black coffee, and probably won't eat something until 10 or noon, somewhere around there. But enough about that. As far as the elbow goes, things are feeling pretty good. It's still, it's still tight, and you guys have reminded me that that's normal, and I get it. It feels the best in the morning, I think. Still, right now, it's barely tight. I can feel a difference when it gets to right about there, and my scar, I mean, it's not bad at all. Look at that. The only thing you can see is the skin around it where I had the reaction. But man, my doc was good. Here, let me get you guys a close up of that. Sorry, bear with me for a second. I mean, that's pretty damn good. You could barely see it. I'm impressed. I can't believe how small it is. Not that it was a big deal to me, but I mean, obviously, if somebody said, would you like an incision this big or would you like an incision that big? Of course you're going to want the small incision. It's like, no, slice me open bigger. Take my arm off, fix it, then put it back on. So, yeah, so I'm happy about that. And it feels pretty good. I mean, I've been I've been playing a lot of guitar, which in this is perfect segue into another question I keep getting asked is are you going to get the surgery in both arms? Do you need it in both arms? How's your other arm? Yes, I do have the ulnar problems in both arms. My left one, just to give you a little backstory, I had um, my right one started bothering me probably around 2010. Um, it wasn't too bad. It was manageable. I was living in Hawaii at the time. I moved to California to take a job, and um, it wasn't too bad. I could work at a desk, doing marketing. I was going to the gym. I was playing guitar, and it was manageable. I did things to um, help not irritate it. Like if you guys want some quick tips, if you're working in an office and typing bothers you, they always told me to type with my arms out straight like this, but that never worked for me. What did work for me was sitting up higher. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Like sitting up higher so that like the desk would be like down at sort of waist level, like this. And I did that by sitting on an exercise ball. So my keyboard was down sort of low. So my hands weren't out perfectly straight, but they were down lower, and that was comfortable. And that's what I had to do to. It kind of hurt my back because I'm like leaning forward and whatnot sometimes. And I know a lot of people think that sitting on an exercise ball is like the best thing you can do at work, but the truth of the matter is having a really good chair is probably the best thing you do. I went out and got one of those Herman Miller chairs when I was doing a lot of consulting work at home, and those are the best. I mean, worth every penny. But stuff like that. So I was able to manage it. I got laid off from that job in 2013, I think it was, and by then it was my arm was getting kind of testy, and then I was out of work for almost a year, and during that time it got a lot better. I mean, I still had it, but I was online looking for jobs at that time. I was doing some consulting work. I had a couple family members who have small businesses, and I wrote them marketing plans and did work for them with online advertising and stuff like that. So I was on the computer, and it wasn't bad, and I didn't have to use the special mouse or anything else. So just to give you guys an idea why I dealt with it for so long, because it never really got to a point where I was like, oh my God, I can't take it. Until in 2014, when I went back to work, it came back really bad. And I was working at home at the time for a startup company, well, not a startup company, a Japanese company that's launching a product here. I launched a product called Fuji Kale. If you guys are ever watching TV, and you see that on. I helped launch that. They're still running it. I since moved to Vegas to be closer to my parents, whose health is not in the best. That's actually why I couldn't film this for you guys yesterday. My grandma's probably in the last weeks or so. She's 92, so it's not like everyone's super distraught, but it's kind of sad to see. Sorry, this is getting off topic, but anyway. Yeah, it came back, and that's when my left started bothering me. So about 2014, when I first went back to work, after what the hell is going on with my voice this morning? Freaking A. My God. Sorry. Jeez. So in 2014, when I went back to work, within the first month, both arms were starting to hurt. And I actually tried to quit that job. I was working with a guy that I worked with 2 times before. We used to work together at a company that does all those proactive commercials and whatnot, and he's a really cool guy. He was good, really good to me, and he convinced me to stay, and he did his best to make my life easy. He actually, we carpooled to work every day. When I see carpooled, I mean I drove and we met, and he drove me to work every day, So I owe him a lot for that, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to do it, because driving in LA traffic or Orange County traffic, it was really irritated my arm. I had a manual too. That wasn't helping anything. But yeah, so it got, it got bad, and I told him, like, I can't do this anymore. And then that's when I did the dragon and everything else, and tried doing everything I could to make it work. And which is good, because then I got to launch the product, and it's been around for like 2 years now almost. So I can't believe it's still on the air. But so you guys want kale powder, or you want to know anything about it, let me know. I should get like some sort of kickback if they get sales from that. Anyway, so yeah, long story short, geez, that was like a 5-minute explanation. I'm sorry, guys. The left bothers me. It just hasn't been bothering me as long as the right. It makes guitar playing difficult. Like that's what got me thinking about this, because if I play at a comfortable height where I can really get shreddy, my arm it's more like a classical position. The guitar is up higher. When your elbow's bent like that, as you guys know, it it stretches this nerve. It adds to the compression symptoms that you'll have. So I have to now play like Slash or Jimmy Page, which is cool because I like those guys. But I don't have the biggest hands, so when I'm doing that, it makes things interesting. But I have learned how to play with the guitar down lower, and I've been also, you know, now when I type back to you guys, I do it on my computer most of the time, which I haven't been typing before. So my goal is to take this month or so afterwards and really, I'm going to do my Google AdWords certification, and I might take some. There's a bunch of like online digital marketing courses or kind of certificate degrees you can get. Trying to add to my resume while I'm out of work so that it doesn't look like I just sit here and talk on YouTube all day. Um, so my goal is to be typing, and yesterday I was cleaning the house, and I can get back into the working out and do normal things every day. Once that starts happening, I want to see how my left responds, because it didn't start being a problem till my right was a problem. So my hope is that when I can start, I drink the coffee with my right hand, I brush my teeth with my right hand, I eat the food with my right hand. So it gives my left a break, whereas, because the right was bothering me, I pretty much did all that stuff with my left hand. So I don't know if that's what got the left started. For any of you guys that sort of have this, I wouldn't doubt that that's how it sort of starts. But I do know that my left feels like it subluxates more when I work out. Not that it instantly causes me pain. Like I know a lot of you guys that have bad subluxation. As soon as it pops out of the groove, you guys get a tingling and pain. That never was really the case for me. Yes, it would pop out. Yes, it was uncomfortable. Um, but I would feel the soreness a couple hours after or something, or shortly after, not as soon as it happened. So odds are I'll have to do it on my left, and the way this feels, it's not going to be the end of the world. My surgeon seems like he's a pretty busy guy, so I'll probably have to wait another 3 or 4 months. But I don't look at like that as a bad thing. Yeah, it's frustrating because I don't know how it's going to work if I start working again and then I explain this absence of not working with my arms and whatnot, and then I go after a couple months on the job. Go, hey guys, guess what? I gotta have this surgery again. So I don't know. We'll see how all that goes. But probably have to get it done again. So if I do, so be it. But if I don't, I would like to give it a try. To first see how the right fully recuperates. I haven't worked out with this yet. The doctor told me a month to heal, and then I could do whatever I want. But I think he really said that because I kept pressing him. Like, I mean, I was back on like in 2 weeks uh, when I got my stitches out, saying like, "Hey, can I work out now?" And he was just like, "Dude, seriously? Like, you just had surgery. Chill out. Just a month at least to heal, and then you can do whatever you want." So it was kind of said like in frustration, not like he was irritated with me, but he was just kind of like, "This guy's crazy." So I feel like I'm gonna wait until it's really feeling 100%. Like I try to do range of motion stuff. He didn't tell me to do this, but I've seen some other guys online with these stretches. So I've been doing this, a couple times a day. I do these stretches, sorry, like that. And then the other one this guy had, he would kind of put his arm out like this, and then you turn, and it's supposed to stretch a nerve like that. And he always told me to go like this. So I do that. And it's funny because right now it's a little tight right here, and sometimes I still feel like a poke right there, when I bend it. And I'm sure that's normal because my nerve's probably still irritated from 5 years of irritating it. So it takes a little while to calm down. And I still have a lot of numbness right in here. Like, I mean, if I gently press it, I can barely feel that. And I did notice that, like, when I was massaging some lotion into my scar the other day, that if I press hard enough, it's still pretty tender there, which I'm sure is normal. But the point is, I want to work out again. I want to do all these things, but I definitely don't want to rush it. I mean, I don't want to screw anything up. If I have to wait another couple of weeks, whatever, you know? I mean, when you're in good shape and stuff, you're like, oh, I don't want to lose all my gains and all this stuff. that crap comes back so fast because honestly, the guys of us that aren't using any drugs or anything else like that, you reach your potential pretty fast. You know, like your natural genetic limit or whatever. And I'm 38 years old, so I've been working out since I was, I don't know, like 20 something. And clearly, I'm not going to put on 15 pounds of muscle, nor do I really care to. But, you know, you just have to put things into perspective and you'll have time to do that. So, you know, like I said, I've been doing other stuff with my time, trying to be, you know, make constructive use of it and be patient. So I keep getting reminded that from you guys. Thank you. But yeah, it's going good. I can't complain at 4 weeks out. You know, my surgeon wasn't as lucky. He told me that it was months before he didn't have pain and numbness in his, and and I guess maybe not so tastefully so. I joked with him and said that's because you didn't do yours, but it's probably a lot of truth to that. And I actually have a friend out here. She has the same thing. She's gonna go see him. So I can't say enough about the guy. I mean, he was really good. I'm serious. Like if I had to fly in from somewhere else, I would do it. Plus, you get a free you know, not a free vacation, but you get vacation in California. So just if you had to do this, you know, you guys that aren't around, you'd fly into like Santa Monica, have a couple days of vacation there, and then get your surgery and wait a couple days to fly. Like you'd probably be fine to fly the next day, you know, because I drove back to Vegas the next day. Wasn't bad. I mean, my wife drove back. I didn't drive, but I rode in the car. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. See what coffee does to me? This is bad. Well, kind of. Otherwise, my voice would be cracking even more, and I would just not have anything to say. So, yeah. Thanks, you guys, for continued support, and it always surprises me how many people have this, and it's really weird that they don't seem to know more about it. You know, there's so much, you know, so much difference with one surgeon does it this way, one surgeon does that way, and now in the recovery phase too. You know, I watch these recovery videos of guys, and some of them say, "Oh yeah, I had to wait 6 to 8 weeks to lift something," or other guys like, "Oh, I had to wait a couple months." The other guys saying in the third week he was doing something. It varies from the doctor, varies on the person. So I guess what I've tried to do is really listen to my body. And, you know, I still got this little bit of that rash still. And I'm guessing that when I put that cream on and stuff, it tightens up, because I did notice that, because it's trying to fight something off, but it's not as tight now, and I'm guessing that's why. You know, I feel probably, strangely enough, I feel about what I felt like in the first week. I'm like back to that, which is weird. But honestly, it was a blessing in disguise, the rash. It was itchy, uncomfortable, disgusting, all those things combined. But had I not had it, I guarantee I would have overdone everything. I probably would be like back in the gym working out already. And that just would have probably not been the best idea. So it's good that I had it. It forced me to take it easy. So I like to look at the, you know, glass half full. My God, I gotta not do these videos first thing in the morning anymore, because the voice cracking is getting out of control. So apparently I'm gonna go now and continue to go through puberty. Maybe I'll grow some more. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I got like the Benjamin Button thing. I'm gonna start getting younger. Anyway, hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks so much for all the questions and support. It means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be helpful for you guys. I know what it's like to go through this, and sometimes it just helps knowing that somebody else went through it and they're fine and they feel good. So you guys are okay. You're gonna be okay. Surgery's not that bad. It's going good. Thanks again. Aloha.